Hi, Leo. This is Just with your April 25th to May 15th, 2018 reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So, Leo, this is quite the reading. Now, someone feels 100% done wrong by a family member, okay? And I get the mother, the father in the family, the husband, the wife in the family. The matriarch, the patriarch of the family, it can be uncle, or it could be actually a literal sense that some couple that you know lost their child. It could be a literal sense as well, okay? And now there's, going to see about the family and that sort of thing, okay? And I get that these people probably have dogs, they're dog lovers, that sort of thing. But there could be children that not act like dogs, but you know how puppies are very energetic and always positive and loving and sweet. Some of them, obviously. So it's those type of kids. Not all kids are like that either. But I get, if it's not those things, then someone has felt some form of betrayal, backstabbing of some sort by a family dynamic, or feeling as though someone lied to you about how much money you were going to make in a job, what the job would entail. Some of you just may be damn near about to work yourself sick or worse because all you can think of is money. So be very careful with that, because I feel like some of you are wanting to leave a legacy. You want, you have this idea in your mind of I want to be this at this time, but no one's promised another second. So in that, you've got to stop and smell the roses. For some of you, you've got to stop and smell the roses, because I see overworked, overwrought. And we were doing good a minute ago. We were doing pretty good. Okay. And then it got crazy. Kind of got crazy. Back again. And so, and I believe I said that, Leo, you guys are about to be on top and things are going to start feeling like it's all good again. But, pace yourself and above all, humble yourself. Right. And so now I see that for some of you, you may just be overworking yourself. But so be very careful with that. Or it could be the latter, the first part I explained, that someone you may have felt betrayed, or someone feels betrayed by you. Now, or you could feel like just so much, this family thing is just doing you in. The family thing is doing you in. Some of you, particularly Leo men, may not feel loved, may not feel appreciated, may not feel as though, like the woman does. Leo women, you feel loved, abundant, but the man feels wroth, taxed, and tethered. Okay, so there's a clear distinction. I just did Gemini and I explained to them that with them, there is no clear distinction. But with a lot of signs, and now including Leo, it is a clear distinction. Now, some Leo women, I do see that there may be addressing, or someone at the workplace is being addressed about unscrupulous behavior. You and Gemini literally got the same cards that speaks to unscrupulous behavior. Okay. And for them, it was a warning that someone could take them down a slippery slope down to hell. It seems like some of you are already on your path to hell. You're being advised against it, but it's almost as if you can't hear what's being said to you. Now, it may, for some of you, seem like it's coming, but of a whisper. So pay attention to the inner voices that's coming to you. Pay attention to someone directly saying something to you. Mother, anyone. For some of you, it will be your mother, because your mother usually will unabashedly explain things black, white to you. So if it's not that inner voice or anyone that said something very black and white and plainly to you, it's not necessarily what you want to hear because you have your eye on something else. Some of you have your eye on something, or you're warning someone of something and they can't even hear you because their eye is on something that literally means you no good. That literally is going to take you down a slippery slope to hell. So remember I said that. Okay. Now, I feel like matters of all things right is coming at you heavy. And that may be overwhelming for some of you. Doing what's right versus what is not even what's wrong, but what you want to do so badly. Right now, wrong for you could be, indulging in foods you should not eat. Your doctor told you, but there it is. Overworking when your doctor told you, you've got to scale back. Not taking time to rest, not taking time to reflect, not taking time and still pushing it to the limit. Those are things that will be a challenge later on if you do not heed. Now, work and the demands. I feel a lot of demands at work for some of you, a lot of demands for your business, a lot of demands coming in every direction, just a lot of responsibility, a lot of obligation, a lot of having to do everything just so and just right. And I think some of you are tired of it. You've had it. Some women feel like they don't even know who they are anymore because they've succumbed to this image of who they may have thought was okay in the beginning and they even liked it. But now it's becoming a part of that's not even who you are, and you don't even know who you are anymore. You're not this, but you don't even really know because you've never taken a plunge and went out to fully re-engage of who you are, right? And so I feel like Leos are at times like Scorpios, in that Scorpios is very evident that Scorpios something in their life has to die and it needs to be rebirthed. So something is always change going on in their life, always some form of a change, right? And with Leos, the same, but it is the dawnness when the sun kind of goes back or under, I believe, or actually the earth goes away from the sun and then it comes back around. So then the Leos are reborn again, particularly during the springtime. And then once we get into fall, they seem to fall as well. So this is now a reawakening. And some of you are starting to realize, and it's starting to become more and more evident that you need to get out. You need to do something different. You need to redefine who you are because happiness is no longer where you are. It's overwrought, it's overworked, it's just too much going on. Or you look and you are defined by everything and everyone around you, but not by yourself. Right? So there's that. And I feel like for Leo women, it's easier for you guys to tackle whatever this, evil challenge, I'll say that, challenging energy, okay, around you than Leo men. Leo men may have already gone down that slippery slope. They may be trying to get away from it, but someone may not be trying to get away from them. And I'll get into that in a minute. Now, at work, you need to take a step back. Men are overworking themselves or because they're trying to hide from something. They're trying to, like some people, they will put all of their problems into their work. They don't want to deal with one thing. So they're just going to work. So they don't have to feel, so they don't have to deal. And I feel some Leo women are just completely stuck. Not that you're not working, although it could be a literal sense. But for the most part, it is not knowing either how to get into a workplace, how to restart yourself, or how to redefine yourself. So there's that. And there is a blockage in being happy, in being playful, in being just energized about life. You're blocked. You've been sacrificing yourself for so long that it's like What does happy feel? For some of you, not all of you, okay? Or some of you are at this point where it's like, hell, I have sacrificed for myself so much for so many people that now I'm going to start having my time. So some of you will be getting out. Some of you may start to look into a new job and address the issues that you have in your life, and no longer wanting to take all of these burdens and just keep carrying them, but in fact wanting to lighten your load and go off in a new adventure, okay? There is, in the second week of May, will be this sense of feeling very secure with self. You may be right now feeling a bit out of sorts, okay? But by the second week of May, you'll start to feel back in alignment with yourself. That may make other people question you, okay? Some of you may be starting a process of looking for new work. You may start a new job, going through the process, going through testing, that sort of thing, preparing yourself to take a test, that sort of thing, deciding that, you know what, this job isn't for me. I need to be making more money. I'm going to start doing this, or I'm going to go and take this test or start this course, or, I'm going to look for a new job, because I see opportunity as far as work is concerned, school is concerned, coming in really quickly. Okay. And with these new decisions to take on something new, because there's some new news coming in, messages coming in for you, that's going to keep coming until we get through May, of like messages, things coming in, opportunities, maybe up to 8 opportunities that will come to you guys. And all you have to do is kind of take one. You're good at all of them. You could do just about any one that you choose to do. But once you take an opportunity for just one, your life is going to explode. And it's coming for you. So it's like almost something you can do about. We do have Uranus, particularly for Leos, lesser for your sun sign, more for your Leo rising out there that's listening to this. You have Taurus in your 11th house, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's in your 11th house. And therefore, it does govern gains, hopes, wishes, right? Groups and all of that stuff. So you may find yourselves aligning in new ways with new groups, with new beliefs and new understandings and new opportunities with those aspects of life, right? And I do see a formidable success for some of you doing things that come through your own efforts and your own hands and how you communicate things with others, okay? And particularly this Uranus transit, perhaps in Taurus season, will be one of a huge change for you guys. You may find it right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. You may find it up until now, until we get right at the tip part of May, a very, very difficult to leave a situation. But Uranus is going to come in and force you to leave. And that's a male energy. So a male energy is going to be forced, whether it be work, whether it be love, you're going to leave. And you're going to be forced to leave. But thereafter will come happiness. And if it doesn't come right after, it'll be coming, perhaps 2 weeks later or 2 months later. Okay. So you may find in 2 or 3 months, you're very happy at the time. And you may say to yourself, what was I so stressed about? Why was I, why was it such a challenge for me to leave this? Well, because you were attached to it and you were thinking that it was going to be a harder thing to let go of. But it has to happen. So something is about to change. It has everything to do with Uranus. It started with the eclipses. Okay. And it may have started back in August around your birthday time. So however you felt around your birthday time in 2017 that you wanted to disconnect from, Uranus may be coming in and forcing that to happen for you guys. Now, again, for some of you, it won't happen all in, this first or second week of May. It may trickle out throughout the time, and perhaps by your birthday time, by Gemini season, your birthday season, there'll be this situation. By Gemini season, for some of you, it may go Gemini season. Okay, you're thinking, you've thought of it, your plan is in place. Cancer season, you may be mourning whatever that is about to end. And by the time your birthday season comes, all systems go, everything is in alignment, and you are on another, stratosphere. So it really can work out that way. Now, as we relate to finances, I feel like some of you guys, some of your finances could have taken a hit, or you're recovering from a financial setback. I do see whatever financial setbacks that you've had to deal with, you will be on top again. You will, have your mojo again. You may feel like you've owned the entire summer. Okay. So starting tourist season, your season, all the way through until we get into October, you may find this, it's like I was on fire. Everything I put my mind to, it turned to gold, that sort of thing. So yeah, a lot of, until we get into the end of August, but a lot of, great things that have come for you guys. And so finances, I don't see an astronomical amount of finances coming in right this time frame, but it is coming very shortly thereafter. Now, love. Some of you very plainly, some Leo women are catching their mates lying, cheating. They may be addressing someone that they know is a cheat, is a liar, that's been doing unscrupulous things, 100% unscrupulous things. They're addressing it. There may have been, and I want to say this very clearly, someone could be addressing a Leo, male or female, about doing things that are unscrupulous. I feel more of the male energy is being addressed because they're being caught. Not that they're going to admit it, but they are being caught. Now, being caught or being called out is, as I said to Gemini, is going to make that person settle down, stop, pull back, only to go forward again. Only to go forward again. So remember that. Someone is trying to disconnect from a third party energy. Listen to this clearly. Okay. And the third party is insistent that they come after that person. Now, you know how it is. You say, well, I don't want to do it, but you do want to do it. You just want to hide behind, well, it was on accident. Like something someone says, well, we had sex on accident. How do you, what? So it's almost like not taking responsibility for what you truly want to do. And I don't understand what the hang up with some Leos that suffer with that, always having to pretend to be one thing and not really just as you're supposed to be, which is the lion. Be courageous enough to truly go after what you want. Maybe it's because when you get right down to it, their desires and passions are so changeable that they'll be all over the place, driving themselves crazy and everyone else. And they wind up doing it anyway. So, because some of this is really that someone just doesn't want to be in whatever relationship that they're in. They don't want to be in it. And they're doing unscrupulous things. They're being called out by the person that they're with. The person that you're with is calling you out because you're doing things that's unscrupulous. Well, rather, if you were to step up and own your stuff and say, hey, this relationship I don't want, this relationship I can't do this anymore, I'm going to look for something else. Be courageous enough to say that, hey, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And that's what some people want. They want their cake. They want to maintain their own confidence by having someone that they could always call their own. But then they want to feed their ego with other people that they feel, well, you think I can't have you? I can have you. So it's more ego than anything. So I'd be careful with that, because there will be a time that people are addressing. When it's time for things to be uncovered, things will be uncovered. Now, I will say this, someone that is hell-bent that they have made their decision, they're out of a three-party situation. Yes, they are being or have been constantly pursued by that third party. The third party is relentless, okay? And although it's time and opportunity has not even made it possible for them to be together. So it's more communication, I feel, than actual intimacy for the most part. This third party feels like their source of self, it lies within that mate. that person. I hope I'm not losing you guys. So whoever, and I get this as male energy. A male energy could be a Leo man or the male counterpart. The male energy does not want to or trying not to pursue a third party. But the third party, the outside person, is heavily pursuing that male energy. And I feel that that third party is the outside person is very has a lot of self insecurities and feels that it's like, it's not even ego as much as the person feels, it's their right. Like they, even though they know they don't own the person because they're the outside person, but they feel as if they have a right to him. It's the weirdest thing. Okay. And I feel that in the second week of May, this outside person will result, mark my words, for some of you, only the person that this is happening to them can confirm it. But the outside person is going to result to such scrupulous, immature, and just, desperate measures. They may become argumentative. I mean, it becomes very childlike. At first, the person was kind of standing in their own truth. And I do get very strong female energy. But the person was standing in their truth, again, acting as though, they have the right to address this man who could be married in a very serious relationship at the very least. And in the second week of May, it's going to reduce them to, these antics will reduce them to very, childish, scrupulous behavior. Okay. And I feel as though the married person, or the person, Leo or male energy in this case, will have fully detached from that third party and fully have realigned himself in his relationship, made a new commitment in his relationship, and will see this outside person resulting themselves to a behavior that he never would have thought would have been the case. Mark my words. Now, again, unless you're a fly on the wall, you won't be able to really see this. But the person that this will be happening to them. Now, having said all of that, my goodness. Now, some people are trying to, and I said being addressed by your mate has found out that you've been lying and cheating and stuff, and you're going to walk right into it. Like you're going to try to tiptoe into the house, and she's going to be up waiting like, where the hell have you been? What the hell is going on here? Like that sort of thing. Okay. And again, like I said to Gemini, and it could be you and Gemini. If you guys are a couple, there's cheating. Seriously, if there's a Leo Gemini relationship going on, there is cheating. 100% cheating going on and getting caught, by the way. Okay. But if it's the male energy, for some of you, if it's your male energy and you've caught him, he's going to submit by May, the second part of May. He's going to submit. Okay. Or he's going to make a decision and he's going to submit to someone. Either this relationship is going to end and then he's going to be with that person, or he's going to leave that person alone. And the reason why I say the third party, because the third party has the same energy all the way into the this second week of May, which reduces them down to a child. So I would like to say that it is the third party, perhaps. Now, it can also be the mate. It could also be the mate in a relationship that by the time that you get into the second week of May, that the mate at first had their scruples, but felt deep down very controlled by the situation, will by the second week of May be reduced to, questioning, badgering, all of those things. So if you know that your mate is doing something, please do your best to either make your decision whether you're going to stay or not. If you're going to stay, then you need to set down whatever you say you're going to do, which is what this energy has done now, and let it be. And then you need to make a next decision of, if I don't see improvements by then this is my next plan of action. But try your best to not ever reduce yourself to, their tactics or anything like that, because if you're the person that this is happening to, you don't deserve that. Now, the reason why I say Gemini and Leo, because I get clearly air energy very heavy here. Okay. And fire energy. So now those are the two things that I see here. So third party, if you are listening because you are a third party, if I were you, and especially if you're a Gemini and you're a third party, go back and listen to your own sign before you even come over here. And if you have, then this should confirm for you. Okay. This should confirm for you that you can do whatever you want to do, but just be ready. And I know I said that to Geminis before. I said to Geminis, and no, this is not a Gemini reading. I know some people are like, this is not a Gemini reading. No, but for anyone listening, that's a Gemini that know that they're an outside party. Know that you are sowing seeds for a huge karmic payback. So be very careful with that. Be very careful with that. Now, others of you, none of that's going on. Your mate could be running away from the law. I'm telling you, running away from the law, running away from something unscrupulous that they've done. Okay. Be very careful because your mate could be overindulging in ways that's not going to be healthy for them. Okay. So be careful with that is what I see. And I see that you may feel like, I just feel like in a relationship, a one-to-one relationship, if it's not a third party, someone could be feeling a little out of it because they lost their job. But if you did, you're going to get your job. You're going to get another job right back. But you may feel like you guys are very distant. Leo men may feel like their woman or their wife is cold and without emotion and, on their backs all the time. And I do feel like there's just this what you guys need to do is that you guys need to make a plan together. Come together, do something together as a team. Go out, just be in the sun, be, like kids again, reclaim, that funness of your relationship that you had when you guys first met. Even if it was like we were young, remember what we used to do, like recreate that with your mate. If it is not this third party thing, if you want to save your relationship and not allow a third party to come in and just, tear apart what you have. Okay. Then you guys, again, can work toward manifesting a time in your life and recreating that time of happiness because your mate kind of is bored with the situation and your mate wants something fun. They want something intimate. They want you to stop being so cold and callous to them. Again, I get it. If they're cheating and all of that stuff, then, clearly, this is a 27-minute video. So I'm getting ready to conclude. So that's what I have for you guys for this ridiculously long, and I would do my best to maybe even cut some stuff out to get this video down because it's just too long. But that's what I have for you guys. I hope that this has been helpful. If you'd like to leave a message in the comment section below, please do so. I would love to definitely know who this relates to. If you would like something personal with me, I can reach in the description box below as well as the beginning into this video. And if you are new to this channel, welcome and subscribe because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Leo.